let's go ahead and dive in. So the way I see it, there are really four benefits, four major reasons we should be taking advantage of USANA's auto order program. And the first is that there's absolutely no risk to doing so. I mean, literally, there's no cost of enrolling in the auto order program. There's no long-term commitment. It's not like those old CD programs where you used to get one on a monthly basis and you couldn't stop and you could never get a hold of anybody in customer service and your credit card kept getting charged. Like, that doesn't happen with USANA. So there's literally no risk, right? There's no long-term commitment. You can set up alternating auto orders. You know, one of the things I hear sometimes is, yeah, but what if I fall behind? What if I stockpile? What if I have too much stuff? Just pause it, stop it, cancel at any time, or set up an alternating auto order. You know, I have customers who maybe they'll get their vitamins 1 month and then maybe it lasts them for a couple months. And so the next month they get their food products and then they kind of alternate so that they never have too much of any one thing. And the final thing from a no risk standpoint is, you know, every once in a while somebody says, oh, Brett, I'm so nervous about having my credit card on file or something like that. Guys, those days are over. I mean, USANA is locked down. USANA at the time of the recording of this video is almost 24 years old. And never once in 24 years, and they've been doing billions of dollars of sales and transactions, 0 times have they ever had their systems compromised, ever had credit cards stolen, hacked. They're not going to be charging you if you're not ordering anything. So literally, I don't want you to be scared of that. No risk to getting set up in USANA's auto program. Instead, only benefits. Right? So the other reason, really the second reason you should be participating in auto order is for compliance reasons, for results, because you need to be using these products long term. Guys, it's nutrition. It's not a pharmaceutical drug. It's not Excedrin. Like, you don't get a headache and say, oh, I'm going to go take some Excedrin, and a couple hours later you expect to feel better. It's not like, oh, I don't have any energy, or my joints hurt, or I'm 50 pounds overweight. Let me give these USANA products a try. Like, let me try them for a month and see if they actually work for me. This is nutrition. This is your lifestyle. This is your long-term lifestyle plan. These are products that you should be using twice a day, every day, for life. And not to get lost in the science of it, but guys, your body is a miracle. And you have billions of cells regenerating every single hour. And those cells have basic needs. And they need certain vitamins and minerals and cofactors. And we need to be supplying that all the time. Not like, let me try it for a couple weeks and see if I like them. Let me commit. Let me get these into my body. Because think about that. That may sound like a lot of billion cells, but if you have 100 trillion cells, it could take upwards of a year for certain body organs and functions to completely regenerate. Did you know your skeleton is completely regenerated every couple of years? Did you know your skin, regenerates every few months? And so you need to give it time. If you're dealing especially with chronic issues or things that may take a little bit longer, you got to get this in your body. I always tell all of my customers, commit to this for at least 6 months. And the best way to do that is to get on auto order. We work with a lot of athletes, professional athletes, Olympic athletes, and I was talking to one just the other day, and he said, I get all of my supplements on auto order. I said, that's great, but why do you do that? And by the way, not just USANA products, right? He has some supplements from some other companies. He said, but I set them up all on auto order. And I think his reasoning was great. He said, because I know I need to take them. I know I need them to take them daily. And if I don't stay religious with it, like if I don't stay compliant and take it, I know I'm going to end up with a pantry full of products, and I don't want to waste my money. You know what I'm saying? So for him, it was like, a lot of us think, oh, I don't want too much stuff. His was the exact opposite. I don't want too much stuff. That's why I'm going to get on auto order, so that I force myself to stay compliant, because I know I need them every single day. That's the reality. If you're wanting good results, commit to these products, at least for 3 months, ideally 6 months, and then really probably for life. An auto order is a great way to do that. Now, the third reason, right, everybody can relate to, it's our pocketbook, isn't it, right? The third reason, I just smudged that, is savings. You're going to save money with USANA's auto order program. So not only did I say that it's not going to cost you anything to enroll in USANA's auto order, there are really 3 major ways where you're going to save. The first is you're going to save an additional 10% off USANA's preferred pricing. So as a preferred customer, if you're not on auto order, you still get to save 10% off retail. USANA loves its customers. USANA wants to reward and incentivize its customers. So assuming you're set up as a preferred customer, you're at least getting the preferred price, which helps you save off retail. But if you get products on a monthly basis, you'll actually save an additional 10%. So why not if there's no risk, right? That's 20% off retail. Why not save a little bit of money? The second thing, and this is a benefit that a lot of people may not know about or at least not understand, is you get to take advantage of what's called the initial order reward. And here's how that works. Now, some of you may be past this point, but if you're watching this video, hopefully it's because you're on the front end. You just became a customer. Thank you. We appreciate your business. The initial order reward works this way. Your very first order that you've ever placed with USANA when you signed up either as an associate or as a customer is called your initial order, right? And your initial order was whatever it was. Maybe you got a couple health packs. Maybe you enrolled as an associate with one of our discount packs. Let's just assume for simplicity of numbers that your initial order was $200. So you got a bunch of vitamins, supplements, some foods, $200, right? Beautiful. Now here's what happens. You're going to get on auto order because you want to keep using the products. And provided you're on auto order, here's what happens at the end of your first month. The first time your auto order kicks in and you are going to repurchase those products, two things happen. First, you save that 10%, right? So let's assume, for example, that on an ongoing basis, your initial order, you wanted a bunch of stuff. On an ongoing basis, maybe you only want $100 worth of product every single month. That's great. But here's what happens. Because it's on auto order, you save an additional 10% just because you're on auto order. So immediately, you save $10, right? But here's what happens. USANA takes an additional 10% of that initial order. So what's 10% of that? 10% of that is $20. And it splits it up as a savings, an additional savings on your first two auto orders. Make sense? So they take that $20, which is 10%, that's the initial order reward. They take that $20, 10% of that initial order, and they split it up. So you're going to save an additional $10 off that next month's order. Make sense? So if it was originally going to be $100, you'll save 10 because you're on auto order. You'll save an additional 10 because of that initial order bonus. So actually, your next order is only going to be $80. And then what happens on your next auto order? Same thing. Let's say you are also going to order $100 worth of stuff. Again, you save 10% because you're on auto order, but you still get that second half, like that second part of that initial order reward. So you get another $10 off. So that next auto order is also only going to be $80 instead of $100. USANA is incentivizing you to stay compliant, to use the products, because USANA knows that if you will use the products for at least 3 months, right? Your initial order lasts you through the first month, then you place that next auto order, lasts you through the second month, then you place that next auto order. Now you've used the products for 3 months, you're going to have results. And USANA knows that if you have results, you're going to stay on the products long term. And we want that for you as well as customers of Thrive Team. So I hope that makes sense. And the final thing, though, is convenience, right? It's at the end of the day, it's part monetary and part time. You know, these products are shipped straight